I am what they call an operational excellence site coordinator. That's a mouthful, so what is that? If you've heard of lean manufacturing, then those are really the principles and the methodology that I help train, help implement, and help our teams utilize. The easiest way to explain it is 5S is a lot like spring cleaning, but it comes with some methodology to create standards and organization. Like most of us with time, then we accumulate things, right? So the 5S is the very first S within 5S is sort. So the very first step is to decide what is of value, what we want to keep, what are some things that we need to just get rid of, because there's probably some tennis shoes in here from when I was just a young buck that we probably don't need anymore. Have everything sorted out. Now Nux has enough space to do some scootering, huh?
Yep.
All right. Got through the sorting process. I'm afraid we're not going to get through all of the 5S's today, but you can see behind me, that is what we considered to be waste. So that is a full enclosed trailer full of stuff that we didn't see any value in. So that will be going to the landfill. And this is the shop after the first and partially the second S. So first S was sort. So basically what that means is we determined what was of value and what was waste. I showed you the waste, and this is basically our red tag area is what we call it. So it's not organized yet, but we've decided what we want to keep, and with time, probably the next day or so, we will actually go through and decide what we want to do with all the rest of these items that we don't think belong in here. Okay, so the second S is shine. So I'll give you one guess what that means. Yep, clean up, right? So in this situation, what cleanup was for us is we dusted off some of the shelving. As we were going through the sorting process, we swept the shop. It still needs a little bit of work, but what this might look like in the industry setting or in your business is maybe you need to do some painting to liven things up in your area. Maybe the lighting needs to be changed so that your technicians can have better lighting throughout so they can see what they're doing and perform their process better. It could mean a lot of different things. So what does shine mean for you in that specific environment? Third S, which we really haven't even started with this project, is set in order. So that is the organization piece. So in an industry setting, within a process, that is going to be your minimums and maximums in your inventory. So say for instance, this bolt bin here, you may have labels on here telling exactly what the fasteners are, how many of what type of fasteners, sizes and whatnot. You would have everything labeled on your tool chest, basically explaining the sizes of wrenches. You would have all end wrenches in one drawer, all sockets in another drawer, for instance, with labels and basically outlines. You would have drawings on the cement floor of where certain things go, for instance. Visual displays, basically setting that standard, setting up for that fourth S. And that brings us right into the fourth S, which is standardize. So this 5S project isn't necessarily up to that point yet, but if we had this shop space exactly how we wanted it, organized, ready to go, now how do we create standards in order to sustain that organization, that cleanliness? So examples of that that we create 5S rules for the area. We create visual displays, like I was mentioning, maybe a circle on the shop floor explaining where the garbage can goes, for instance. That would be a standard in this area. We have minimums and maximums set for our tooling and our materials. Those are examples of standards. And that would take us right into the fifth S, which is sustain. Okay, so I think most everyone that has instilled 5S within their work areas would agree that the fifth S is the most challenging, and that is the sustainment piece. And it really relies on that fourth S, which is creating strong enough standards and simple enough standards where we have the visual displays in place where the expectation is clear, even for new people, for anybody new coming into the space. So sustainment, that's where audits come into place. Really the key point with sustainment is building the culture around the 5S program. You have everybody bought into the benefits of 5S, and then they believe in it enough that they want to treat it as their own space, and they take the pride in the area to make sure that things get returned as they're supposed to and follow the standards of the 5S program. Okay, just to wrap 5S up. So the first step was to sort. We had all kinds of junk laid out throughout the shop. Had no rhyme or reason of how it was put together, so we sorted through that. We then cleaned it, which is the shine piece. It's not 100% clean, but we did our piece of shining it for the day. And then we have organized it as best as possible as of right now. But next level would be labeling minimum maximums, having a rhyme and a reason for everything of where it's at in the amounts that there is of each thing. And then the fourth is we've created standards, so we have visual displays set in place so that it's very simple for people to walk into an area and understand what the expectation is. And then the fifth is the most important, that is the sustainment piece. So hopefully by this time we've created that culture and it comes natural, we have the buy-in that is required to sustain our 5S project. Okay, hopefully that covers it.